This is Iceland, a land of fantastic contrasts in the North Atlantic, a land of ice, fire and vast uninhabited highlands. Iceland is unspoiled by man. Here can still be found bubbling, sizzling hot springs and searingly cold frozen ice caps and glaciers. Here, icy winters meld into warm, sunny summers, and here volcanoes erupt to remind man of his frailty. Nature in Iceland is both daunting and yet generous. The geothermally heated waters from the bowels of the earth are used to keep man, his home and garden warm. And energy generated by tumbling waters in the wild interior is used to supply the nation's needs. But there's another energy to be found in the uninhabited interior, the energy of wild grasses and herbs. This is the energy-packed food of the Icelandic lamb. From here comes the best-tasting lamb in the world, directly from Iceland's unpolluted countryside. This is the peaceful, undisturbed and beautiful home of the Icelandic lamb. It's born under the clear, open skies and soon finds pastures in the mountains, up indeed to the edge of the glaciers. Pastures so pure, air so clean, water so sparkling and nature so generous. Here the lambs are nourished on grass, ling and wild herbs. Men don't encroach. There are no fences to limit the free ranging. Here even time is suspended as the sun shines at night. It's here the Icelandic lamb grows in the wild, absorbing nature's gifts to give the meat its fresh game taste, which has provided it with its reputation worldwide. Vegetation grows quickly during the bright summer nights, and by midsummer the lambs are big and healthy. They learn quickly to adapt themselves to the wild, open highlands, where nature is as untouched today as it was when the country was settled 11 centuries ago. Here time stands still. Pollution and the stresses of technological life have never been introduced. Whole lamb carcasses weigh an average of 15 kilos, about 33 pounds. After a thorough inspection, they're stamped according to quality and class. Icelandic lamb is especially easy to prepare due to its excellent texture. The muscles are well structured and positioned. Therefore, the meat has little or no waste. Icelanders themselves eat a lot of lamb, which is popular with all age groups. The meat is tender and thus does not have to be boiled first. Just pan fry, roast or grill. When autumn comes and the first snow falls in the highlands, the sheep seek milder pastures. Thousands and thousands of them obey the law of nature to find fodder which is still fresh. After a rich summer, the lambs are well developed, having been nourished on succulent highland herbs and grasses. The columns of sheep are turning their backs on winter, and farmers come to round them up and drive them into sorting pens. At this time, about 2 million sheep are being sorted, and there's plenty of activity for man and beast. Autumn and winter move into the highlands. Ling, grass and herbs alike are left alone to rejuvenate under white pillows of snow, which protect the ground until once again it's warmed by the spring sun. A whole roasted leg of lamb is a great delicacy. The lamb is first roasted and then is flambéed the Viking way, in cognac and in style. The leg is incredibly tender and flowing in natural juices, a treat for any gourmet. It's here the Icelandic lamb grows in the wild, absorbing nature's gifts to give the meat its fresh game taste, which has provided it with its reputation worldwide. It's possible to produce many mouth-watering dishes from Icelandic lamb. The possibilities are almost endless. In fact, they're as limitless as imagination itself. Our cordon rouge chef is here removing the bone from the saddle. The bone is cut from the meat, which is then rolled up and held by a skewer. Icelandic lamb is naturally free of the lanolin taste so often found in the fat of other sheep. The little fat found in Icelandic lamb has the same wild, fresh game taste as the meat itself. The loin is the most tender part of the lamb and is easy to separate from the saddle. Often, after being marinated, is prepared whole, either grilled or pan-fried. The chef is removing the bone from the front part of the saddle to prepare cutlets. The saddle is first cleaned before the cutlets are separated, ready for cooking. Icelandic lamb is easy to work with. The cook can shape it like a sculptor and can present it in a great range of dishes. Lamb is perfect for grilling over an open fire. This is true of saddle cuts, ribs, loin, cutlets, shish kebabs, or anything else. The whole leg of lamb is wonderful roasted and then carved straight onto the plate. A cognac flambé adds its own touch, gently bringing out the delicate flavor of fresh game. No matter how Icelandic lamb is prepared or served, there's no question but that it's unique in the world, and it deserves its widespread reputation. The 11 centuries-long union between Icelandic nature and Icelandic lamb demonstrates a fantastic bond of contrasts. A country with harsh extremes, but which treats wildlife and vegetation delicately. Here the Icelandic lamb can grow both wild and tender. From here comes the best tasting lamb in the world.